Oh my goodness, I'm back. It's a new year. I'm wearing a hat, which I love, by the way, because I can like get away with not actually doing my hair and it's just all under there. So good. So I have a minute or two because I'm waiting again in my car for yet another event of my children. So I thought I'd take a minute and tell you about my thoughts for the new year. So this is a really strange New Year's for me because it doesn't actually feel like anything's new. It feels like I went to a party, it was a lot of fun, woke up the next day and everything stayed the same. And I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I feel that way. I feel like nothing's really new. I mean, there's things that I'd love to achieve in 2018 and some of them I'll be blogging about, making videos about, but a lot is the same. And I think that there's kind of this story that we tell ourselves when, you know, there's a milestone, like whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or a New Year's Eve or some sort of milestone, that, okay, now everything's going to be different. And I don't know if that's going to work for me this year. So these are my thoughts on milestones. Okay. What if every milestone was just another day? Like, what if every day could be a milestone? And I'm starting to think that way over the last couple of weeks because in the past I've often waited, like, okay, when I turn this age, then I'm going to achieve this thing, or when my kids achieve this milestone, then I'll be able to do that, or when this particular year comes about, then, I'll do this or that. But what I've noticed is that if I'm not motivated, then that just feels like a burden. It feels like one more thing that I have to do because, the earth went around the sun again. Like, who cares? I think to make it more meaningful, it would be, okay, what am I going to do today? How is today going to be a milestone? And some days it's just about, today I'm going to give myself permission to be lazy. Today I'm going to give myself permission to be, to make a mistake. Today I'm going to give myself permission to try something new that I've never tried before. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about this new year and this whole thing about resolutions. So last year on January 6th, not January 1st, January 6th, I stopped eating sugar and flour. And I joined this program called Bright Line Eating, which, by the way, if you're looking for freedom from food addiction, it's an incredible program. She has a book, Bright Line Eating. Not that this is plugging that. The reason I'm telling you about that is because it was January 6th. There was a couple of days into the new year. And it wasn't like, oh, now I'm going to do this thing. It's just on January 6th, I just made a decision. And then January 7th, I made the same decision. And January 8th, I made the same decision. And now I'm on day 369 of that decision. And every day is that decision. And because of that decision, my life has completely changed. And I think when we're talking about recovery and addiction and, the uphill battle that it can be, it's a day-by-day thing. It's not about resolutions. It's not about saying, okay, now for the rest of the year, I'm going to do that. It's about today for the next 24 hours. And sometimes 24 hours is too long. Sometimes it's just today for this next hour, I'm going to do this or that, or not do this or that. So for those of you who love someone who's struggling with an addiction, or those of you who are being honest with yourselves about your own addictions, that's how I'd frame this year, is like, what if every day could be a milestone rather than January 1st being some milestone? Those are my thoughts for the day. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. I will be making more of these videos in 2018, maybe perhaps, hopefully. Take care. Happy New Year.